Hello, hello, hello. Let me try and share myself out. Um, oh, Abdul, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're first here. Well done. How are you today? Herald of Mary, good evening. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate. I'm trying to share myself out because we have an important discussion. Let's see. How are you doing? I'm doing great, my dear. I'm well. And you? I hope you are good with the family as well. Okay, let me share myself out. Be lifted high. It's raining heavily. Wow, really? Oh my God. No. So it's rainy season now in Nigeria, is it? Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. No, here it's summertime and we are enjoying the summer weather. No rain this period. Heavily. Oh my God. Wow, wow. And Nigerian rain, not be anybody's mate. When it starts, it can flood, it can do all sorts. Yeah, it's not a joke. When it rains in Nigeria with all the everywhere will be oh. But here, when it rains here, sometimes you don't even know that it's raining. Sometimes you don't even know that it's raining. Trying to use this phone to be lifted high. Okay, it's the season. Yeah, this is June, July. Yes, it's rainy season, and then sometimes you have August break, isn't it? Yeah, it's rainy season now in Nigeria. I understand. I understand. Here in the UK, we don't have anything like rainy season, but we have summer and winter. During winter, when it gets really, really cold, and during summer, when it's really sunny, like now. Yeah. So it's very sunny today. It's very warm outside. Really, really warm outside. I don't know why I can't get on my phone so I can be looking at my phone to reply messages. For some reason, for some reason, uh, Okay, hopefully I'll be able to get in now.
Imagine winning a song with.
Give me a thumb up as you come in. We wait for others to join so we can discuss what we have for today. Be lifted high, be lifted high. Oh Lord, be lifted high, for you are worthy, righteous and majesty. Oh Lord, be lifted high, be lifted high, be lifted high. For Lord, be lifted high, for you are worthy, righteous and majesty. Oh Lord, be lifted high. Let me mute myself. I need to, somebody is. Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Sorry. You can hear me now, right? I muted myself because somebody was calling me. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Thank you, Abdul, for that. Thank you. Thank you. Be lifted high, be lifted. Thank you. High. Oh Lord, be lifted high. For you are, well, it's very hot. One majesty. Oh Lord, be lifted high. Who is like unto thee? Oh Lord, who is like unto thee? Oh Lord, among all the gods, who is like thee? Glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders, hallelujah. Today is the last Sunday of June, the last Sunday of June, and second to the last day of this month of June. So on Monday, tomorrow, oh, my spicy is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. On Monday, which is tomorrow, will be the end of June. And the first half of the year gone. We have to reflect. We have to reflect where, we are still alive. Yes, we may have challenges, we may have things that are bothering us, but how about people who are no longer here? Like the fact that we are still here, we have to thank God. We have to give God all the honor and glory. Be glorified. Be glorified. Be glorified in the evening. Be glorified in the morning. Jesus, Jesus, be thou glorified. We have to thank God so much for making it possible for us to see this day. Not all the people that went to bed last night are awake this morning. Not all the people that woke up this morning are still with us at this time, but it's the grace of God that we are still alive and we are still walking around. Why can't we open our mouth and praise Him? We have to praise Him because if not for Him, if not for His mercies, we may have been consumed. So we thank God for everything. We worship and glorify His name. May the name of the Lord be glorified in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. We do not take this for granted. We do not take your love and your mercies for granted. That we are still here today does not mean that we are better than others. Yes, it has ended. Thank God for the first half of the year. Hallelujah. Yes, we thank God so much for the first half of this year that is ending tomorrow. And July, we have to claim, we have to prophesy for the month of July what we want God to do for us, and what we want God for us to do for somebody. Let God show us those things that He wants us to do for somebody. Because no matter how hard things are for us, no matter how difficult the situation is, we know that there are people who we are better than in every aspect of it. So we have to always thank Him and not always complain, because it's very easy for us to complain, when things are not going the way we wish that they will go. But at the same time, God knows everything about us. Me and Mommy, we chat on WhatsApp, chia seed. It's not CHIA, chia seed. Yes. What's his name? I wanted to call him Musisi. Abdul is very good when it comes to his health and everything. And I'm really proud of him as a young person. The way he takes his health is amazing. It's amazing. Not all young people are interested in junk food, quick fix, what they will eat out there. But for him, at this age, he's looking into, what I'm going to do for my health. He's already gone to search for the chia seed. It's a CHIA, chia seed. He's already gone to research. He's already shown me the picture of the one he found. He found the white ones. Chia seed, there are white and there are black ones. The ones I use are black ones, but equally, I've looked into it. You can have it in black, you can have it in white. There's no difference. The only very slight difference is that the black one may be a little bit more, the antioxidants there might be a little bit more, and the omega-3 content might be slightly more, but nothing, it's very negligible. It's nothing to write home about. So if it's the white one that you see, just go for the white one. But I didn't even know that they have it in white, to be quite honest, until recently when people start talking about it. Is it the white one? Is it the black one? I've always thought that it's only the black one because that's the one I use. I haven't gone to the store. Okay, we'll do soon. Yeah. When you do, please make sure that they have it in organic. Antioxidant and omega-3 rich food. Yes, yeah, definitely. Chia seed is your point of call then. It's quite rich in antioxidant, it's quite rich in omega-3, and it has various health benefits. As I said, if I did not help me, because I know I do a lot of health talks on my video, but some of them are just something I've read, oh, they do this, they do that, I'll come out and share. But I think I'm going to start beginning to share the things I've tried myself. So at least I can say, hey, I've tried this for 1 month, I did not really see any benefits. Or I've tried this for a few months and I could see the huge benefits. So that way, I'm talking from experience and people can ask me questions about that. How do I react to it? Mind you, everybody reacts differently to different things. It may work well for me within short period. It may not work well for somebody else. So it really depends. But I'm going to be talking what it did for me and how I did it. And I'm going to put a caveat. I'm going to say that it is not just having either chia seed, lemon water, whatever people talk about. It's not just, I can't just be having chia seed every night before I go to bed and then I eat whatever I like. It will not work. It will not work. So I have to, what are you people saying? Oh, look at me again. They are bombarding my head again. Yes, but looking absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. The glow lights up the entire. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, I can only put it down to God. People will say, hey, thank God, is God. God will not come down from there to come and help you to know what to eat. God is not the one that is telling us to eat burger every day or go to that beef eater every single day to eat things that are not good for us. God will not come down and do it for us. So when people say, oh, we thank God, it's God's grace. Yes, so I agree, it's God's grace, but we have to do things to help ourselves. So we'll check you out. What did he say? We will support, okay, yeah, each other. Yes, so the glow, people will talk about it, yes, and I thank God for it, but I work hard. Honestly, I work extra hard. There's something I started doing this morning. Daddy will just look at me and he will be like this. As far as I told you I was going to go to African shop in Northampton Town Center. We went yesterday. They didn't have agege bread. So agege bread did not look at me this time because they didn't have any. They said it will come later in the day. Anyway, there was something I saw online about okra water, that you cut about 2 okra, cut them into small pieces, put a glass of water, soak it in the glass of water, turn it very well, cover it and leave it. First thing in the morning, you drain it and drink it in an empty stomach. That is like, how can you do that? You know how slimy okra is. But my people, I started this morning. That's how I started this morning because I have my blood work. We do it every year. And then if anything is a bit high, they can tell you to come and do it every 6 months. So I'm going to do my blood test is due, I think it's on the 11th of July. So I started this okra water this morning. It's my first morning. I've got some okra yesterday in town and I'll put them in the fridge. I'm going to be cutting 2 every night, soak them in water and drink the water in the morning. My sisters, I have sisters forum. My sister said to me, oh my God, tell us how you get on with it, because the thought of it is even making us to want to vomit. So they said to me in our sisters forum, because they know, my sisters know, Daddy knows that I can try anything. Once they said that this is good for my health and it is natural, trust me to try it. Trust me to go for it. Trust me to persevere. And that is what I started this morning. So if that works for me, I'll do a video about okra water. I've heard about okra water before, but I've not really, I've talked about how okra is good for us and everything. Oh, yes. But for the okra water, I'm like, what is it about the water then that you soak it overnight and you drink the water? How about the main okra? So do you know what I did? Because today, when I went to the market yesterday, we bought yam. We have not had yam for a while, so we bought yam and spinach. Very fresh. Oh, you would have seen this spinach. You want to eat it raw. It's so fresh and really very green. So I got 4 bunches of the spinach, and I have wokpaka here. So what I did was to do the yam with the spinach, onions, lots of onions, the wokpaka. Abdul will know what wokpaka means. Oil beans is called. It's a native thing. So I did it, and I did jiagora. So that's what I did. I did this our lunch this afternoon, and then that okra that I soaked last night and drained, the okra that is left, I put it in the yam that I did. I'm like, I don't want to waste that. So that's what we had this afternoon. You know that, Mom? You know, okay. Oh, Gift is here. Gift, you're welcome. Let me use my phone so I don't miss messages. You see, so that's what we had this afternoon. So when people say, oh, Mommy, you're glowing, you're this and that, I acknowledge it because I will be very angry. It will be the other way around for me if people look at me and like, oh, this woman, I know you're old, but look at you. Look at how wrinkly you are. Look at how you are. But if people are saying, oh, you are glowing, you're doing this, I take the compliment because I work very hard. And it's not because of what I put on my body. I've told you people before that I hardly put much on my body. I don't spend money on anything I put on my body. You know, yes, I have my foundation on this afternoon. I have my lippy on. That is my signature. I can't go anywhere without my lipstick. Is it showing? I've got it here, actually. Hold on. You see, that's my signature. Even if I'm going to the corner shop, they'll say this old mama don't want old. I'll put my lip on, I'll put my foundation on. That's the most I do. And a little bit of eyeshadow if I feel like it, and eye pencil if I feel like it. But when it comes to what I put inside my body, I don't joke with that. So Gift, you're welcome. Ebu Naija, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. You know, I've gone into talking. You see me with my lip, applying my lip to make sure that it's on point. Who wants to get old? I want. Spicy, you're laughing. What am I like? Me, It's you people are causing it. You people are making me to feel and look young. I want to match up with you all. Don't listen to these negative people. We love you. Now my head is just saying, hey, thank you. You know this Abdul, I've never in my life, I raised up teenagers. Even when my teenage children were this age, I can't remember them being this confident and well. There was no social media as such there. So let me not say that there was nothing like this kind of social media when they were 17, my children, when they were that age. But yeah, he's very, Abdul is very, very confident, 17-year-old. Give should tell mommy about the okra water she's drinking. Hey, give us none here. Hold on, what did she say? Did I miss it? Should we tell mommy about okra water? What do you mean? Mommy here now called gift me on our call. Somebody you can early before me today. They came before me today. Yes, because gift is always the first one. Yes, Abdul was the first one today. Ebu Naija, I've already welcomed you. Don't listen to this negative people. Okay, I won't. Give, should we tell mommy about the okra water she's drinking? But you Sabio, Gift, do you know what she's talking ahead? Gift said that she doesn't know. Okay. Mommy lipstick, mommy, my sweat. Yeah, so age. as Abdul says, it's only a number. We go the swag they go. We go the swag the swag they go. Or get it nothing mega. Nothing mega. Yeah, Gift don't know what you're talking about. So that's okay, Gift. Thank you. We will tell her. We will tell her in inbox. Don't tell me anything. Because this one I don't understand now what you mean. And my mind is going everywhere now. I don't understand what you mean. This girl be from Nwa. Gift. Nwa. Onye nwere nwa asị nwa. Or just na your chukwu. Honestly, I don't know. Anyway, as we normally do, let's have a quick prayer. We have started with a lighter mood, where we, as we do it on this live stream, where we can chat, we can laugh, and then we'll get into the main topic of today. Because honestly, a lot have gone into this topic for today. Thank you, Gift, for bringing this up. As I looked into it and as I've spoken to people over the week about this topic, a lot of things have come up. So we're going to talk about them. We may not have a solution, but at least we'll have ideas that we can share with people. You know, we'll have ideas that we can share with people. So we're going to be praying shortly, and we can get into this topic head on, because people will come up to discuss as well, to say what they have in mind. So let's go for it. Let's have a word of prayer. But before that, let me just sing one more song. Who is like unto thee, O Lord? Who is like unto thee, oh my God? Among all the gods, who is like thee? Glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, always doing wonders, hallelujah. Among all the gods, who is like thee? Glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, always doing wonders, hallelujah. Just give me a minute, let me do something, and then we can pray and start. Right. Our gracious Father and our Lord, we thank you for today. Today is the 29th day of the 6th month of the year 2025. Father, we thank you for making it possible for each and every one of us to be alive and well today. We glorify your name, Lord, for this mercy that you have shown us to make it possible for us all to see the end of June. Tomorrow will be the end of June, and on Tuesday, we are going to welcome the month of July. Father, we thank you. We glorify your name. We magnify your name. Thank you for today. We're going to have an important discussion. The things that are happening all around the world, and mainly in our country, the country where we come from, because of the lack of order and where things should be done. So we're going to have some discussion and then think of solutions and think of ways that people who are going through this can be supported. so that we don't hear all this horrible news all the time about people staying behind in domestic violence because of their children, or people fleeing, running away from home, from domestic violence, and leaving their children, and the children are left behind suffering. Why is this happening? What can be done to help? And why are people this wicked? These are the things we're going to be discussing today. So we pray, Lord, that we have an open mind. We're not going to have any solution, so to say. We are going to say something that may help people, even if it's people that are going to be in the live stream today, or people that are going to replay it, or people that we can talk with as we go along in life. What we discussed today, what we are going to hear from each other, will probably help us to be able to guide people how they can handle things going forward. So help us today as we discuss, Lord, that we will have valuable discussion, and those who are here present, and those who are going to join us, and those who are going to replay this live stream, that they will be blessed and that they will benefit from it in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Okay. Right. Okay. Yes, join in the prayer. Thank you so much. Right. Gift, I hope you're still here. I know you're busy with the children, but you brought up this topic. So, Spice, are you ready for me to bring you up, or you want me to start and then you come up? Let me know if you want to come up now, or if you want me to start, and then you can come up and share your own. This topic is a bit of difficult one for me because okay, that's fine. It's a bit of a difficult one for me because I'm from Nigeria, but live in the UK and have lived in the UK more than I've lived in Nigeria. So some of the things I hear, because it's like this cannot be happening, and then I'll remember that some of these things are not happening here in the UK or in abroad, but they are happening in Africa. So when I now remember, hey, you're from Nigeria, but remember, you are in UK and you have lived in UK more than you lived in Nigeria. I find it so difficult to give, but I'll still do my best. Some of the things I might be saying might be sounding like something that will be happening here in the diaspora, because I think in the diaspora there are good and bad sides of this type of things, and I'm going to touch them as well. Oh, Musisi is here today. Welcome. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jehovah, the man of war. His mercies endure forever and ever. Oh, praise His holy name. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jehovah, the man of war, W-A-R, war, as in going for battle. Jehovah, the man of war, His mercies endure forever and ever. Oh, praise His holy name. Yeah, we just finished praying and praising God who has preserved us, and we're seeing the end of June. We just finished praying before you come in, Musisi. You're very welcome. Today we're discussing, there was a topic that came up last Sunday towards the end of the live stream, so we decided to leave it until today. And that situation is where a woman fled her home due to domestic violence and left her 3 children behind. Lo and behold, her husband, who was doing that to her, also started being violent to the children, and the children living in fear. And people hear the children sometimes in the night when they are crying or shouting, and then they see the children in the morning, especially the first child, who I think is about 10, 11, 12, I don't know. And they see the child in the morning, and they can see how unhappy that child is, walking around, maybe going to school or wherever. And my shock was, so somebody can hear that kind of thing in the night and nothing is done. Now, wearing my heart, my UK heart, I'm like, that cannot happen here. In that case, you can't say, oh, mind your business. No. Nobody will mind their business in that way. I will not mind my business in that way. If I hear a child or children crying in the night, crying for help because they're being malhandled or mishandled, and I'll be sleeping and say it's not my business. No. I will not do that. God will not allow me to do that. So something will be done. And when I pick up my phone and call the police here in the UK, they will attend that house within minutes. They will attend within minutes. And if it means that they have to take those children away with them for safety, they will. But the story we heard last week was that this mother, for one reason or the other, again, we're using this family as a case study, but we don't know what the ins and outs, we don't know the nitty-gritty, we don't know what actually happened in that marriage. But based on the information I've obtained over the week, I'm going to use that. But I'm going to just talk in general how these things affect children, how it causes them anxiety as they grow up. I've been in my line of job, I've dealt with people who are adults now, but because of what they went through in their house when they were younger, what they went through at home when they were younger, that followed them in their adult life, and they are suffering from chronic anxiety, PTSD. PTSD is post-traumatic syndrome disorder, where they are traumatized by what they've seen over the years. That family as a case study. Yes, I am. But because I don't know, all I know is what Gifts shared with us, that this family, the woman, the mom of the house left, ran away for her dear life because of the way the husband was beating and handling her and doing horrible things to her. She has to run away without the children. So the question is, how can any mother, how can she live without her children? These are the things we're going to be talking about today. Why did she leave? There are various reasons why she left. She escaped. It's like an escape. To save, to save herself. Because sometimes you say save yourself before you save others. But another person will say, what do you mean saving yourself before you save others? Your children are not others. They are part and parcel of you. As you're living, you should be taking them along. But it's not that simple, especially back in Africa. It is not that simple, because a woman is like treated anyhow. And those children, they'll say it's not the woman's children, it is their father. Their father's children, and not the woman. The woman should just take her handbag and get out. Unlike here, if that kind of things happen, the woman won't even leave the house. She'll just only a phone call away. And when they arrive, and they look into the situation and see what's going on, sometimes if the children are old enough to talk, they will take one or two of the children to a separate room. They will interview the children, because the children will not lie. They will tell you the truth. And they will get some information that way. And that way, they will be able to know who actually is the problem. Because the woman may call the police, and she's actually the problem. Because some of them, we've seen some like that. They will call because they know that in this country, the police or the government are for women and children, and the man is just helpless. So sometimes women can forge things and call police for the man. So when they come here to the house, they cannot just say, oh, your wife just called us, you did this and this. Oh yeah, let's go. No, they have to ask questions. Sometimes they also have to interview the children, especially the social workers who interview the children, and they know what to ask the children and what to get out of them. They are trained to talk to children. They are trained to know when the children are telling them what their mom or their dad tell them to say. They know when they are doing that. So they are trained. But for back home, it's a different ballgame altogether. There's this thing of, oh, marriage is sacred. Why did she leave? Even if she's being beaten, your own mother might say to you, your dad used to do worse than that. Can't you remember when you are younger? Your dad used to do worse than that. What is this one? You have to endure. So yeah, some mothers tell their daughters that marriage is sacred. I don't want people, my mother's union people, to hear that my daughter is out of marriage. I don't want them to hear that this type of thing is happening. You just have to manage it. There's a stigma in divorce or leaving your home. People will laugh at me. My other mother's union people will laugh at me. You have to go back. Even if they come back, they'll chase them back. You have to go back, go and endure. It's your husband. It's for better, for worse, and all that nonsense. So when a woman thinks that she doesn't have anywhere to go, she does not have any home, my mom, my parents will not even welcome me. There's no uncle, there's no auntie, maybe there's no money as well. Maybe that man that is hitting their daughter, after doing that, when they cry to him for money, he gives them money. It's all about money. So that's okay. Please go back. Do you want us to stop eating in this house? You see what I mean? So so for this particular woman in question that we're using as a case study today, for her to pick up that courage to leave and leave her children behind, there's more to it. There's a lot. She has seen a lot in that place, and she knows that anything else will be another Osinachi. So she has to run first. So sometimes it's better. People will say, why do you have to leave your children? Yes. Sometimes you have to leave first and then plan from outside how to get your children. You know your children's school. You can plan and get them from school. You can even plan with them and tell them when they're coming to school tomorrow, they should bring loads of clothing and stuff like that you're going to pick them at the end of the school to take them. It says that they are being maltreated. If they are being looked after by their so-called father, who you ran away from, and it's you that their father had issue with, and not the children, and they're being looked after by their dad, of course, leave them with the dad. One day, things will change. Even those your children, as they are growing up, one day they will start speaking up and say, we want our mom back. They can even be the ones to solve the problem for you. You see, so there are different scenarios here. But this particular case study, from what I understand, okay, Gift is here. It's so bad, so bad. Okay, this one is so bad. Okay. So what is being done? Do you know what? I feel so bad. I just feel like these things is happening over here. It won't even happen here because they know the implications. But how can people be hearing these children crying in the night and they still sleep? And they wake up in the morning, they'll see the child, the first one, walking to school or wherever, looking so haggard, looking so unhappy, and nobody's saying anything. The worst is that the man is not even taking care of the children. They are so unkempt. If you see them, you'll be tearing up. Okay, you see what I mean? As I said before, if it is that it's their mom that he has issue with, and the mom ran for her life and the children are cared for, fine. There will be a time when she will eventually come back if God wants that marriage to be rectified. But this one is a different scenario altogether. The children are being maltreated. And because of this lawlessness in our country, my heart is bleeding right now. This is the one that we know about because Gift is people that live near her. So she knows. Look at what she just said. that unkempt. When you see them, you start tearing up. So, what actually are people doing to help these kids? Are there no welfare people? Even if there's no law and all that, there must be children. Remember Osinachi, is it only when there is a DEATH that people will do something? Remember in Osinachi's case, there was a woman, I think they say it's a welfare, whatever, for children and whatever. That woman was there, she interviewed the children. Do we only wait for when that kind of thing happens before that kind of welfare person comes in? Come in, what did the say? Like I used to watch all these detective movies that the white people do. I see children that is being treated this way. At the end of the day, it becomes a threat to even the neighbors. That's the thing. So I try to imagine what they even going through right now. Yeah, that's the thing, because I tell you, children who are brought up that way, with negativity, with toxicity, with harshness, they will grow up. If any opportunity they have, those children now, any opportunity they have, they will go out there. If it's a girl, she'll go out there and join bad people. If it's a man, boy, you go out there and join gangs, start doing things and being aggressive to people, and you wonder what is going on. Yes. They may grow up and become very hard and heartless, and you wonder where these people are coming from. Is the outcome of the home they were raised. Another thing that is destroying things back home is religion. Religion is destroying things. Because one of the ones I spoke with this week was that, when I spoke to my pastor, he said that I should persevere. That some of these mushroom pastors, and he said, do you think that me and my wife, that we don't behave like this at home? We do. We do this, we do that, and the next thing. But when we come here, we'll just wipe our faces and behave normal. And when we go back, sometimes we'll start again, or we can make amends. So do the same with your husband. But we're not talking, you see, this is a pastor. What kind of counseling is that? What are you trying to, who are you, what is this? Or some of them who have reasonable pastors, the pastor will tell them, the Bible says, they will always know what the Bible says when it comes to divorce. God said that he hates divorce. The same Bible said that you should not be harsh, even in your own words, to your spouse, never mind eating them. The same Bible says that. So why is it that it's only one side of the Bible that people will be looking at and quoting all the time? God hates divorce. God also hates violence. He hates wickedness. There are many things that God hates in the Bible that we do every day. So why must it be this one that these pastors will choose to quote to their members for them to remain in this kind of marriage? They encourage women to pray and endure. 15, 13, and 10. You see, that 15-year-old, is it a boy or a girl? So that at that age now that they can, blessed everywhere. Thank you, my dear, for coming. We are talking about this horrible incident that we are using them as case study for what is going on around the world regarding marriages, DV, and the children being left behind, and what is becoming of these children. Look at these ones. They are not babies anymore. So they fully understand what's been going on. So 15, 13, and 10. Very soon they will start joining bad people. They will start doing things just for them to have some respite out of the house, out of their dad's business, because their mom is no longer present. Whether their mom speaks to them or keeps in touch, we don't even know. So these children are left at the mercy of their so-called father, who is also being abusive. I am very, very upset right now for these children, and it's just a lot. This is just the one that Gifts brought here because he lives near them. She lives near them. How about the ones that nobody, that people don't know, and it's going on all the time? And these children will grow up to be horrible adults. They will be very bitter adults, whether boys or girls. Gifts, the 15-year-old, is he a girl or a boy? I know why I'm asking. Oh, fun with Lexi. That's a yo-yo. Yo-yo is here. Thank you so much for coming. Yo-yo, that was a case that was brought towards the end of the live stream last Sunday by Gift regarding this woman that fled a domestic violence and left her children behind. And people were like, where can a woman live and leave her children? But the sad thing about this particular one is that the so-called father of these children are maltreating them. Gibbs said that they are 15, 13, and the 15-year-olds and 13 are all girls. You see, at that age, I've seen those people who start going into these horrible things that girls do back home as young as 12. But these ones are 13 and 15, and their dad is doing this to them. Girls, for that matter, I'm not saying that he should not treat them better. He should not treat the boys better, but there's a way men or fathers treat their daughters because they know that these children are more vulnerable, that the sons can sometimes withhold the storm. But the girls, they can easily be lured with money, they can easily be lured with things out there. But from the look of things, this man don't care. How can you have a 15-year-old, a grown woman, growing into a grown woman at 15, and then in the evening, the neighbors will hear them crying, 15-year-olds for 13 and 10, they're growing children, and the neighbors will hear them crying, and the dad will wake up in the morning and go his business as if nothing happened. And those children are clearly seen, according to Gates, are clearly seen as very unhappy and uncared. Our country, I don't know, as I say, it's paining me like this because I'm wearing my UK hat. But this type of thing can never happen here or in any other diasporan country. It can't happen now. For what? This man cannot be getting away with this. For you and your wife, you know what went on there, whatever. I'm not saying that it is justified, but for the children who did not ask to be brought into this world, and for this man to have done this to their mom fled because she could not take 3 of them. Okay, I thought they were even babies. They're not babies. They're sort of more or less going into adult age. 10, 13, and 15. How could she have gathered them? Maybe the mother herself have no family. Because some people have family, but they don't have family, if you know what I mean. So she wants to run for her own life first. But I'm sure the woman would have known the type of husband she had, that he will not be looking after these children. As I said before, if it's the fact that she's sure that it's only her that this man is treating like this, that the children will be okay, then I'll say, let the children stay with him, let the woman run for her life, sort herself out. Eventually, things will come together with the children because the children are growing. But it is not the case. The issues that men have custody of the children first in Nigeria doesn't help me. No, that's the thing. Or they'll tell you, oh, you and the children are my property. So you're not taking my children anywhere. Then it becomes their children. It's no longer our children. As soon as anything to do with children in Nigeria, it's my children for the man. Even in Ghana, it can happen. Yes, I know it can happen. We're talking about Nigeria. I mean, Musisi is in Uganda. I'm sure similar things will be happening in Uganda. We're talking about Nigeria, but I'm talking about Africa now. But we're using Nigeria because that's where this particular case we're using happened. But I know it happens a lot of places. But it will not happen in the diaspora. And that's why they think sometimes that women come to the diaspora and they grow wings. They do this. And I know it can be the other way around in diaspora as well. Women take it, oh, we've arrived. This is where you can just call police on them. So I know that some of them are going to the extremes. But however, this kind of thing to do with the children will not happen. I will not be here and listening or even hear that somebody said that a child in social address cries every night because their father is maltreating them. I'll let the police know. I'll let them know. Because if anything happens to those children, I'll go forgive myself. In fact, let me drop I need to have a drink. Let me drop the link so others can come and talk because I'm getting a bit emotional now. I don't like this kind of thing, especially when it comes to children. And Yeah, if you join the man and the wife, yeah, it will pain me. But when children are involved and the children are being maltreated, it breaks my heart. I'm a very emotional person when it comes to maltreatment of children. How can a 10, 13, and 15-year-old children who did not ask us to bring them into the world will be like this? Will be treated like this by their own father. Their mother ran for her life, and the children are left behind to be treated like this by this person, and the neighbors are not doing anything. Or people will see them in the morning, they will feel bad for her. Is that enough? What is going on in Africa, in Nigeria to be precise, because that's where this is happening? Why will neighbors not speak up? That kind of women welfare, whatever, that went to Osinachi's children when Osinachi passed. Why can't those kind of people, why can they not report to them now? Is it when somebody passes away? Is that the only time that these people will come out? I am very upset. This is just very, very bad. And I don't. Okay. You mean that even in Ghana, it will not happen? Neighbors will call. So why is it not happening in our own country? What is that nonsense? Why is it not happening? You don't have to say who you are. If it's because of anonymity, you don't want them to know that you are the one that called the police. They won't say who called them. They should come and rescue these children. That woman that went to Osinachi, when Osinachi already passed away, can that kind of women not come to children who are alive? Why must it be only when somebody passes away? What is going on in Nigeria? What is going on in our country? Maybe I can make it 1 minute because I'm just so upset now. Oh, Pretty, Dima, thank you for coming.
Yeah, hello, mommy.
Hello, my.
Honestly, I know topics like this can really get one very emotional, and honestly, I don't know where to start from on this particular issue. This man and his children. Look, one thing some of these men don't understand is whatever you do now, there's a reward. In as much as his wife left or that he drove her away, it doesn't mean that he should hate these children that he brought into this world. 3 children, 15, 13, and 10. And people are hearing their voice. The question is, I want to ask Gift, why hasn't the neighbors called the police on the man or welfare? Because they hear these children cry at night. They hear them, they see these children starving. Why haven't they called the police or somebody secretly go to welfare just to save these children? Why? Because it's about time we take action. We can't keep talking about this and letting it slide. It's not enough to talk. I told you sometime last 2 years, I don't know what if it was, it was last 2 years or last 3 years when I was still doing my life daily. I was talking about some children. I had to take their father to the police. I had to go to the police station and I made sure they locked up the man because of the way he was treating his children. I saw this one of the child with cut on his hands, bleeding.
That's a no.
And stop the child. What happened to your hand? You need to see this child's hand. It was so swollen, bleeding. The boy said the father did that to him. I mean, sorry, a girl. She said the father did that to her. What did you do? She said because she went to their neighbor's store, provision store, and she took biscuits. And the father used razor blade to cut this girl's backhand. God, you need to see the wrist. I asked for their house. She told me that the father sent her out and she and her younger sister. I don't live around that neighborhood. I just came there to do something. I think I was filming then. So I was sourcing for location when I saw this. I looked for the nearest police station there. I went there with the child. I reported the case there. And they came back, they arrested this guy, they locked him up. He stayed there for how many days? People were calling me, okay, even the wife was equally locked up because she was there when the man did this to the children. She was there when this man did this to the children, and she didn't say anything. They were not divorced, they're still legally married, and the man did this to your own children, 2 of them. He stayed there for 3-4 days before he was released on bail. So sometimes when we see something is not enough to speak, we take action. That is the only way these monsters called parents or father or mother can stop their wickedness. Is the only way. We need to begin to take action. If personally I live around there, I see something like that, I will look for the nearest police station and file a complaint against the man.
I'm very upset that these people are not doing anything. Who are hearing this woman? What did they say? I think when it comes to, sorry, my dear, when it comes to Nigeria, since it does not turn bad, everybody's waiting for when it will do. You see?
Waiting for when one of the child passes. You know, I know the fear with Nigerians, why sometimes we don't take up cases, because you end up being the one following up. They will collect money from you because they are so corrupt. They want to collect money from you that came to complain. Even when you go, you are trying to help somebody, they will make you suffer. That's why sometimes when people see things like this, they turn, the other way around. But we have welfare services. We look for the number online and report the case to welfare. Let them take it up. You can report as an anonymous and give out the contact or the address of the father and his contact. That's what I would do personally, because these children are trapped. They can't do anything. Their mother has left, which brings me to the other question you asked. What happens to the children? We were talking last week. When a woman lives without her children, she doesn't know the fate of these children. Again, sometimes these women did not want to live. They don't want to live on their own. Like it's not their choice to live without the children. Some of them are handicapped in the sense that they can't take care of these children. They were relying on the man 100%. Some of them have no family to even help. We know how some people got married, maybe out of pregnancy, boom, they get married to the man, no family support, no family love, nobody cares. So when they end up with men like this and divorce happens, they can't live with the children. Sometimes the man is so powerful or influential that they can't live. Look at what happens to Precious, FFK's girlfriend or wife. If he was a politician, 4 children, she left the 4 children behind. For years, she was crying for her children. She wanted to take her children. But this man won't let some women go with their children. That is why some women leave their children behind. Not because they want to, but they can't help it. The man is powerful. The man has the money. She has nothing doing. She's not working. She doesn't have any business. She doesn't even have a family to go back to. Will she take the children and end up on the streets? No, they are more vulnerable out there on the streets.
That's the thing.
They'll be exposed to danger, especially these ones that you say they are 13 and 10, 15 and 13. They're already teenagers. What will happen if she ends up in a wrong place or in a wrong house, or because she's looking for help? People can easily take advantage of both mother and daughters. It's a very delicate situation for some women. Those who can live with their children don't know what God did for them. Like, it's not easy for some of them, but they toil day and night. They go through hell. And others who couldn't live with their children, they still suffer, crying every day, wishing they can go back and take their children. It's a very delicate situation for most people who have found themselves in this. So personally, before I drop, because I'll come back, I'll still be at the background. It is always better, like when we see, we take action. If we can't go to the police, you can go to welfare and complain under anonymous. Give out the man's contact, give the full information, take pictures of the children, take pictures and videos of the children, their state, or even when they are crying or when the man is beating them. take enough evidence and use it against the man. Welfare will take the
Yes.
children from the man, or they will look for the mother and see if the woman is capable of taking care of the children, and the man denied her access to the children. Then they will take the children and hand the children over to their mother.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll sit
I
there in the
mean,
background. I'll come up again.
okay, my dear. Thank you very much for your input. Thank you. Gift
Welcome,
is here.
Gift.
You can hear
Welcome,
from her
Gift.
direct,
Yeah.
because this is heartbreaking. These children are
Good
going to be emotionally damaged as they grow up. Okay, my dear. How are you, Gift?
evening. Good evening.
Indeed.
So, since Spice was saying that I'm supposed to call and report, yes, if I had not gone to report, I wouldn't have even brought it up. Around here, Yoruba land, they have people they call Bale, like a chief in an area.
Okay.
So when I went to report to one Igbo man around here that is like an elderly person that built house around here too, the
Yeah.
man said I should go and report to the Bale. And the
Bye.
Bale told me that everybody, that is not today that it started, that
Really?
everybody is waiting for when something will happen to any of the kids,
Hey.
then they will take action.
Oh, seriously?
Then I went further to ask that another elderly woman. The elderly woman was the one that told me that the man's wife normally come to complain to her. Even one of the man's tenant fought him because of the day he was trying to choke the wife to death.
Hmm.
Then after 3 days of that incident, the guy also tried fighting him again because he also heard him beating one of the child, and he ran into the house and pulled out the child from him. That was how he gave the guy quick notice. It was not up to 3 months that incident happened, the wife ran away. So my question is, why would the woman leave when she has been there experiencing how the man is beating the children and beating her? So if you are planning to leave, you should also make plans for the kids.
Yeah. Since you know
That is
that
my
children
own
are
take.
also at
Because in
risk.
this
Yeah.
situation now, I don't know how to help. Since everybody that have been here, me, I'm only, we are not even up to 6 months here. Everybody that have been here, they are just watching for when something will happen to any of the kids before they will do anything. So how do I come in?
I mean, you've done
This
your own bit.
police and everything. The other day, he was having an issue with the Bale, and the Bale hooked him. He said he was going to call area command for Bale. So if I go to police to make complaint, this somebody that has area command's number. How do I take it up? I don't even have money. How do I finance it? That is another area of it.
Yeah.
I took their mom's Facebook contact number so that I can contact her. I've not been able to get her on Facebook. Whether she changed Facebook or what, I don't know.
Mm.
So I don't know
You
how
know,
else to help in this
at least
situation.
at least you have done something. But from what you're saying, the story of things back home is so difficult that you can even do something like saying, "Oh, we're waiting to see if anything will happen." What will happen
That
about
is the thing.
one of the child will be fine, and then that's something that will happen. Because you can take
That is how bad Nigeria has gotten. And the worst thing is, children of this age are now getting pregnant on daily basis.
action. That's it.
It's either they run away from the house, or their father chased them away, or their father was beating them, their father hated them. We see them a lot. You see them on the street. You see them sometimes they will beg you money for food.
Hey. Hmm.
So I don't know how to help. I don't know how to come in because one of the daughters normally come to my house. The second one, she will jump the fence and enter my house and stay with my kids.
Hey.
Then immediately the senior one calls her that their daddy is coming. She will jump fence back.
Hmm. So I
So
see
that is
what
how
you
bad
mean.
it is. I don't know where to come in.
Yeah, whatever the person is called. But for that
And
man to be
now, mommy,
saying,
now that I asked for their mother's Facebook account, their mind is I'm trying to help. So whenever they see me, they are cheering up, they are trying to smile and all
child,
that. But I don't know where to comment. I don't know how to even go about it.
so then, got in touch with any of them. Yeah,
No.
bless you. How did you know what is happening? I can see you're very
Yes, mommy.
I
He
see
wants
you.
attention.
Yes, yes. Mrs. is asking, what
Let
does the
me
young
step
boy
down. Maybe
want?
I'll come up again.
Yeah, that's fine. At least I've heard from you. At least you've done something to go to this Ekpale or whatever it's called. And for him to say that even when the wife was there, the wife was reporting to him that he's waiting for something to happen. That one, I don't understand. That's the one that I don't understand. Waiting for something to happen. Something like what? Obviously, deleting one of the children. And is that the only time that people can take action? As I say, I saw that in Osinachi. That was when I knew that, we have this commissioner of this children's affair, this one of children's affair. So why can't they take things on when before anybody passes away, or people don't go to them, or maybe before you go to them or report to them, they will ask you how much to pay. You see, here it's not the case. You don't pay a dime to report these things. In fact, they will even hail you because it's a safeguarding. We have safeguarding here in the UK, so they will hail you for coming to report. So is it that people maybe people are not reporting because when you go to police, before you lay any charge or do anything, they'll tell you to pay money. What kind of police is that? What kind of pobodo is that? Where you go to police that should be there to help the community, before you lodge in any case, they'll tell you how much to pay. What does that mean? Hey,
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Let me see what Bless said. Even the teenage pregnancy is also common in Ghana. You see GHS students being see? Hi. Because these children now, 15 and 13, if any man comes to them with a little change in front of them and you're not happy, they will tell the man that they're not happy, my daddy is doing this. Oh, I'll look after you. Come with me, I can look after you. They will go and sell themselves. So
they are really in a vulnerable state right now.
Does this man actually know what he's doing to these children? They're not babies anymore. Because if they're like 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, you say, hey, the mom would have seen, maybe try, even if he's going back to her own people. But then you don't know. Some people will tell you that their own people don't want them, that they don't have anywhere to go. So sometimes when you blame the woman, then you don't blame her as well, because she's trying to survive. If it means sleeping in somebody's living room, she will sleep. I don't think so. Which one? I don't know what you mean by what did I say? I don't think so. I don't know which one. But anyway, so she may not be able to do anything, but for her not being in touch with the children, again, is what I don't know. Probably their father refused them having any contact with her, probably. If he's that kind of man, he might take their phone from them or be monitoring their phone and say, make sure, remove your mom's number from your phone. I don't want her to get in touch with you. I don't know. I don't think he knows what he's doing today. What he's doing. I don't think he knows what he's doing today. She's not even in Nigeria. That is what her kids are. This one, another one. Oh, Chimo.
You see,
I will.
Just like the case of we see recently this trend. I mean, this recent story that broke out on social media. Stella Damascus. This one we call Stella Damascus while we were still young. This actress that her marriage crashed. I think the marriage lasted 10 years. This is her second marriage, and the ex-husband now has a son from his previous marriage. before getting married to her. Now, he's coming out to allege that she has been abusing their son. I mean, his son, while
Mhm.
they were still married. And this is in US. Now, the mother of this boy is alive. He took this boy from the mother. He didn't want the mother to take the son. When the marriage ended, he held the boy and made, stayed with the boy, married Stella, and, practically handed over the boy to the new wife, Stella. Now he's coming out after when the marriage has broken down now to allege that the woman, that is Stella, has been was abusing the boy. Why did he not say anything when they were still together? Why did he allow this boy suffer such abuse while they were still married? Until the marriage crashed, now he's coming out to allege that Stella was hitting the boy. So sometimes, some of those men close their eyes to the EVIL that happens right under their nose. They close their eyes. They pretend they don't see it. They pretend they don't know it until damages are made, until these children are broken down emotionally and mentally.
So sad.
I wish every woman can live with her children. I wish so. But then again, like we are saying, some of these young ladies, we don't know how they got married. We don't even know if they are legally married. We don't even know whether bride price was paid. We don't know. I only know about my own culture. I don't know about other people's culture. So what if it is these living lovers? Maybe they didn't properly marry her. They started cohabiting in Lagos. We see a lot of cases like that. A woman will just go and start living with a man, and they start, bringing up children, raising children. When they have issues, the man will just send her out because he didn't marry her and keep his children. In Igbo culture, things like this don't readily happen if the man didn't marry her, because those children belongs to the father, to the woman's father. So the family of the girl can come and take the children, so long as he didn't pay bride price on her head. But what about other cultures where other people who don't have this culture? The children in other culture belong to the man. So whatever he wants to do with the children, he will do to the children. He will do with the children.
Yeah.
The only people that can help these children now, I would say, is the authority.
Yes.
Especially welfare.
Yes. Yes. But
they're the only ones that can help.
Yeah, you have heard it now that they won't help until something bad happens. What's the point? Because if they come in to intervene now, everything in Nigeria is about money. I can't use here to compare, because if it's here, they're not going to be asking you to pay for where they're going to be or the food they're going to be eating. The government will take care of all that. So if those welfare people in Nigeria come and intervene now, that excuse me, that nothing has happened, who will be who will take responsibility money-wise of where the children will be, who will be feeding them?
No, that's why they are welfare. That's why it's welfare. Government gives them money to handle cases like this and to take care of these children while they find a permanent place for them or a temporary place for them.
Yeah, they have that kind of facility where the government is giving them money to do this in Nigeria. That's the thing. And sometimes if they give them, that money can be channeled to something else. Our country is so sad. Honestly, so sad that these children, innocent people, are the ones suffering now. And if what they're saying is the truth, that their mom has Japa to somewhere else, then I don't know.
Yeah, so that's a story. There's one story I heard recently. The woman came in while the man was not around, and she took all the children, 4 of them, and left. Nobody knows their whereabouts now.
That's because she can't.
She left without them. But when from a distance she was monitoring, she established herself, did whatever she could, had some money, because as at the time she left them behind, she had nothing doing. She was not doing anything at all. So eventually, when she was able to find her feet, She targeted when the man was not around and took all 4 children. Now the man is just busy crying everywhere that the wife came and kidnapped the children.
Did this
She
happen
took
in
her
Nigeria?
children.
Did it happen in
Yes.
Nigeria? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It's just
Oh,
unfortunate. I don't know.
Gift is saying that these are Igbos to be in Imo State from Imo State to be pressed. I don't know what's going on with our people now. There are things you don't hear before. There are things you
It's
don't
true.
hear before. Sigigin nwoko onye Igbo. Mbano. Omeji nwunye ya ma ọ bụ egwu egwu. Gone are the days. Can you imagine? They went to another country, Lagos, which is not another country, but another state, or in Nigeria, in Lagos. And this is how they are washing their dating men in public. Look at
Onyiwu. Hey, now see, if I live around that area, I will take enough evidence and I will send it out to both police and welfare service and make sure I give out all the necessary evidence that is needed. That man will not go free. What have they done to you that you have to treat them? If you have issues with your wife, deal with your wife and leave the innocent children out of it. Leave the children out of your quarrel or your fight or your issues.
Exactly. See what Musisi did. Musisi have given us coffee money for coffee, and he said we should continue for the continuous laugh that you gave Spice. She has baby face. She has baby face and smile.
Thank you, Musisi.
Yeah. We have to be smiling. Today's topic weakened me. It didn't allow me to smile, to have my usual smile. Thank you so much, Musisi. But today's topic is so weak. When it comes to children, it's so sad. For me, it's difficult for me to understand why anybody would treat children like this, especially your own flesh and blood. I don't understand. Your own flesh and blood? Hi.
There are women who deliberately also leave their children behind. Like they don't want that. I saw a post, because it's like since last month, issues like this have been coming up. I saw a post a man made. The woman, I think that one is 3 children too. Left the 3 children behind. No, she was the one that made the post. They were talking about it. She said she cannot come and kill herself. That she had the children with the man. Let the man take responsibility. And the man is saying that she should come take her children. The woman says she cannot be burdened with those children. She has a life to live. She will rebuild her life and move on with her life. And some women are actually hailing her that yes, they did it together. Let the man take responsibility. After asking her, when the children grow up, they will look for their mother. She said when they grow up, they will probably look for her. So she will not tie herself down. So imagine such. If anything happens to these children, obviously she doesn't care. And the man himself doesn't care because he wants her to come take the children too. And she's saying, keep the children.
Poor kids.
Poor kids.
Children. Honestly. It's not their fault that they're in the world. Why would they be going through this? And you wonder.
Like puppies.
Yes, exactly. The long-term trauma. You see them even in adult age. Some of these children are still traumatized. I deal with them, with lots of them from time to time. I have fun here, but the heat, even in their adult
summer.
Even in their adult life, they're still traumatized. They're emotionally damaged. They just that sense of abandonment. Nobody wants me. I'm not loved. I'm not liked. I'm a burden. I'm a problem to my parents. And they blame themselves for what happened. They're always living in fear. They're always, agitated. They're not confident in themselves. They always, everything that happens, they take the blame because they say that because of this, because of me, that this happened. They even take responsibility for what they have not done outside their homes. This is what it does to some children. And they grow into adulthood with that.
You heard what Gift was. I think, I don't know if you read what Gift wrote. These children, some of them, because they didn't experience love, they have this, they feel this sense, they feel like they have been abandoned. They have this sense of abandonment. neglect. Nobody cares about them. Nobody love. They have never experienced love. They in turn grow up to become heartless and mean in the society. When you see men and women who don't know how to express love, sometimes it's not their fault that they don't know this, because you only give what you have.
Yeah,
You can't give what you don't have, what you've never experienced, what you don't feel.
absolutely.
When you see some men or women who all they know is money, 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 money. They don't know how to appreciate any good thing in life. This is the result. They are broken inside. They are broken. They feel nobody loves them, nobody cares about them, nobody wants them.
Yes.
And they carry this thing on into another marriage. How can a man or a woman that grew up in such environment or condition ever love his children, his own children? How can he in turn give love to his children? How can the woman himself love her own children? Because they themselves never felt that love. They never experienced such love.
Sorry, my dear. Let me mute. About that. No.
Okay. Like we said, they become so toxic, materialistic, mean, heartless. So how can they feel the world loves them when they never even experience that themselves?
Exactly.
Look at these people that we readily just take knife. There is no human feeling in them, no empathy for their fellow humans.
No
empathy, no feeling whatsoever. This is how the circle continues. It's a merry-go-round stuff. We keep going round and round this whole thing until the society understand that a broken child today will become a toxic parent tomorrow. We'll never get it right.
Right, exactly. Hold on, I think. Sorry, just be talking, my dear. Let me mute a bit, okay?
No, it's okay. So a child that is broken today will grow up to become toxic tomorrow as a result of this. How do you sleep watching your children cry? Because they are hungry, because you starved them. Or in the middle of the night when other children are sleeping, these children are crying, neighbors can hear their voices. I don't know how people can be this mean, honestly. I don't know how they go to sleep with their two eyes closed. I don't understand it. But personally, on this very case, Gift, I feel the way forward now for me is let the welfare or police wundia ndi oshi. So those ones, I cannot really readily say they will help. Welfare service should handle this case. You can discuss with some of your neighbors, those you can trust. You guys will gather evidence, take pictures, make videos secretly. Why the man is hitting the children, why he's flogging them, their macheted state, when they are crying, when they go to school hungry or barefooted. If you can just gather little clips like this, so that when you go to welfare, you can present evidence. And then couple with what verbal things you will tell them, how these children cry every night, how they are being starved. When you present that, I believe you have a case to save these children. We don't know who they'll become tomorrow. We don't know who one of these children will become tomorrow.
Absolutely. It's true. From what Gift is telling me now, she's saying that the woman in question actually cannot read or write, and they're saying that she's abroad. This story, the millennials, we don't even know. If she can't read and write, how did she end up abroad? Who sent her? and she's from a poor background. How did she get there? What's actually going on? That she would just go and forget about 3 children? You know, sometimes some things that seem ridiculous to us as normal human beings, some people it's not nothing to them. You know, how can anybody just leave their children and waka go without even caring? And here I am getting so emotional about these things. And so the mother, the people that had carried these children for 9 months and delivered, you 3 of them, and you went abroad. I said she can't read or write. How did she end up there? Where is she? Nobody's don't even know where they are, because some people, if they actually left for their own life, true, they'll be somewhere. I think you said it before, monitoring their children from distance. They will be somewhere trying to, make some strategic arrangements to be able to get those children, or find out what is happening with the children, make sure that they are in communication with her to tell her how things are going. Or if this one, the children are not in touch with her, the children heard that she's abroad. Now, this particular story with me, there are a lot that we don't know, and we're only just using it as a point of contact to talk generally, because this particular one, I don't understand. And if they've made an effort to tell whoever they call the man, and the man said that, oh yeah, we knew about it even when the wife was there, but they're waiting for something to happen, that they want to wait for something to happen that they have in hand to go to police. Which police anyway? Which police? In Nigerian police?
Nigerian police. That will ask for money for fuel. That will ask for money for fuel. If armed robbers are robbing your house and you call those people, they will ask for money for fuel or money to book Uber to come and rescue.
Say wicked man. This and that. So as wicked man.
I remember.
You say yes.
This thing is not funny.
They are called wicked. They say yes.
It is not funny.
What I am. They're very proud of that. So I said,
you see this thing, this story I told you, Mumi.
Okay.
That story of the 2 children, I took their father to the police station. I had to pay for biro and paper that they used to write the statement. I just remember.
It's you.
I had to pay for biro and paper. They say statement fee. I had to pay the money. These children I don't know. I don't live in that neighborhood. But because I saw the inhumanity,
Yes.
what the father did to her, and police were asking for statement fee.
You see? So what are we talking about?
Statement fee. They go buy on a pen, na paper. I didn't hesitate to pay it because compared to what happened, and then they were still, at the point there was one police officer that was saying the man has been apologizing and they need to bail him. And they need to bail him. If I will come and bail him, say, I will use my money to come and bail the man that you people locked up.
This is crazy. Pure
I said they should leave the man there. They should leave him there. If nobody's coming to bail him, they should leave him there. How they bailed the man, I don't know. But they gave him serious warning. That I paid for. You know that I took these children, she and her sister, to 3 different chemists. They refused to treat them.
Why?
Because they say if anything happens, I think one of them had the vein was cut because it's at the back of the hand like this. So the man with a razor, cut it. So this vein behind the hand was split. So she was bleeding seriously.
Oh my God.
Bleeding and losing blood.
Wait.
So before they said I must bring police report. That was actually what made me go to police station. Because when I saw the child, I was moved. I started going to, I carried the girl. Then she called her sister too. I saw the sister, took them to chemist. They said I must bring police report that they cannot touch and that this is very dangerous, that anything can happen because of the nature of the injury, of the cut, because it's razor. So they don't know if the razor was contaminated, if there's anything. So if anything happens to the children, they will ask where were they treated. I went to another chemist, the same thing. These children were rejected 3 places. I think it was the 3rd one or the 4th one that they insisted I must go bring police report. That was what made me go to police so that these children can be treated.
Yes.
Over
Imagine.
what? Over
Everything.
biscuits.
Hmm.
Over biscuit, that they were hungry and there was no food at home. So one of them suggested that they should go to their neighbor's provision store. They went in there and they stole biscuit and ate. So their father saw them with biscuit and asked,
Hey.
and they decided to use razor. How can you stay, both mother and father, while children are starving? I had to go to police to get police report and paid for that statement fee. Before they followed me, one of the police officers followed me to the chemist there. One of the chemists, it's not a pharmacy, it's a small chemist, before these children were treated, and I paid. I bought her injection for tetanus and gave them some other drug, and then, they tied the hand.
You see? Please, you've done your own bit. Because when something like this is happening and you don't do anything, your conscience, I don't know. Youth is saying, how do I get across welfare in Nigeria? That is my fear. There shouldn't really be any fear. There shouldn't really
There
be
is
any
contact.
As we are on this live stream, I have to ask my AI here about that. And I've got some information here. Lots of things in Lagos State. Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Child Protection Unit. Their number is 0905, blah, 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 rescue and shelter. I think people are not caring out. They don't want to even go there because they're all afraid of their own safety. This kind of helplines, all they need is your information to be able to know that you are telling them to do, and maybe to update you how they've gone. They're not going to go there and say, oh, the woman that lives in number 8 called us to say that so and so. They don't do that because they know the implication. So as we are talking, I'm just here looking. There's one that says other key NGOs and initiatives. This one, Center for Children Health Orientation and Protection, SOS, Children's Villages, Nigeria, and these are all in Lagos. So why are people not using this? One, maybe because they may be, if you call them and they say that you have to pay, then you tell them you don't have any money to pay, they are only concerned about a child. I can send you this information after the listing gift. This is just for somebody to do their own bit so you can have clear mind. This one says Yara Child Advocacy Center, 24-hour toll-free child helpline.
Okay.
Yeah. Office address 2A Akin Ogunbande Davis Close, Wagada, phase 1. So they have office, they have phone numbers. At least call them and say, what happened? This is what is going on in my area. How do I'm concerned about these children. At least you've done your own bits, leave it there. But for people to be saying until something happens, that one, I'm struggling to understand it. What would then happen apart from somebody being deleted? That's when they will take action. I don't like that one.
I think they should get okay, she doesn't live there. If she lives there, I would have said she can help just take a couple of pictures and videos of abnormal things going on. Then when she gets in touch with them, she can forward the information to this, especially the private social service.
Because she doesn't want to implicate herself with the man. Because the man who can be like this with his wife and the children can do anything to anybody. So you don't want to put your own self at risk. That's why the best thing is just to report it and let them now come and interview the children. They're old enough to say things that are happening. They won't even know how they got the information. If this man knows that his children are being interviewed, that people are getting involved, he will stop. So I don't even want, if a gift or anybody else wants to do this, they should not.
No, not interviewing them. Not interviewing them. Like, for instance, hearing their cry in the middle of the night, you can just with your phone record the voice. Or if you can go through the window, make a video of him hitting the children or the children voices. You understand? Even outside, because some of these parents even hit their children outside, not even inside. So anybody can do that. Just pictures and evidence that, yes, this marks You see, some when you open some of these children's back, you'll be wondering if these children are really if these parents are really the parents of these children. So and I think it can be done under anonymous also.
Yes.
Reports can be made under anonymous.
Yes. These people work on child protection, trafficking, education, emergency support. Okay, this one is in northern Nigeria. This one is not in Abuja. This one is in the north. But there's one that is in Lagos. Yes, safeguarding SOS children, safeguarding concerns at sosnigeria.org. They have their phone, they have their WhatsApp number. Actually, just to call them and ask them, tell them what is going on, what do they think should be done, that you are concerned. And once you've done that, your own conscience will be like, okay, I've done something. Because if you still continue to hear those children crying in the night, I don't think it's right to just leave it. This starving of a thing is another topic for another day. Starving, as in, okay, starving the children. Who does that? I thought in those days, our parents would rather go hungry for us to eat. Honestly, I remember those days, you know how they normally would give Papa more meat in his soup. He will end up sharing that. You won't even have any of them. That is how parents do so why would any parent want to starve their own children? In those days, it's you will starve for the sake of your children. Now, is it the other way around? What is going on? Hey.
If I no eat, my mother no go eat. If I no chop, my mother no go chop. She no dey tire, oh sweet mother. I no go forget the suffer when you suffer for me, yeah, yeah. Not anymore. Some people would rather eat everything and let their children starve.
Yeah. Because you see a man, he'll finish work, he'll go to the joint with his mates and drink and eat his seal and eat bushmeat and drink all kinds of things and come back. The woman will be saying, what did you put in the house? But he's already eating himself to stupor. And if the woman brings any food, this food is not sweet, this and that. But he doesn't even giving them enough money to cook the soup. He doesn't care, but he's already gone there to eat. My dear, this topic, I don't even know. But
it's emotional.
Yes, it's very, very emotional one. Whether a sensible woman would like to live with their children, the answer is yes, for the sensible ones. But it needs planning ahead. Just like we said, it's not something, and for a woman to live, she did not plan it that day. She did not think of it immediately. She has been planning for a while. So while you're planning, why not put your children into consideration? Maybe if you can't go with them, maybe plan for another different strategy, how you can get them out, especially if you know that they are going to be, going through what you went through. Find a way when you are out there, start planning what can be done. Even this legal advice we're talking about, the woman can be the one that will make these inquiries. All you need now is to go online. All this, I've just looked and I've seen a lot of things in Lagos that people can do. But our people don't, sorry, now that everybody's hungry, they'll say, please leave me, see my own children, that I haven't beaten them now because I just don't have that mind. If not, I go to beat them well, because each time they bother me for food. So the person you're talking to.
Basically, I think any woman going through DV should begin to plan. If you know you want to live and you have children, plan on the ground, plan ahead of time, start making preparations, especially when you already know the man will not let you live with the children. What are the plans? Financially, begin to find way to equip yourself to get some support. If it's business, fine. If it's work, start saving up, empower yourself, so that in case you want to live tomorrow, you can find a way to run away with your children. Or if you're not running away with your children, you can always come back, make the plan. Plan A is my exit. Plan B is coming back for my children. You don't just leave and then turn your back. Get contacts of people. Let their eyes be on the children. Let them give you updates. How do you live without contacts? How do you leave your children without somebody giving you day-to-day update on your children's welfare? This thing entails planning. If you know you want to leave the man in 2 years' time, plan today. Start planning today.
Exactly.
Empower yourself. Make arrangement for where you can stay. Don't just wake up overnight and say, oh, I'm leaving. The marriage is no longer working. And then you pack your bag, you leave. Make arrangement for where you can stay. Start looking for schools around, businesses you can do in another city or in another place. Make inquiries.
Absolutely.
And start planning so that the day you leave with them. You don't end up under the bridge. You don't end up on the street with them. Like we see this. We see some women with children, 3, 4 children on the streets. You are asking, who is the father of these children? Maybe she left without any plans. Go to the village if need be. You came from somewhere. Trace your village. If your parents reject you, Umona will not reject you. I'm talking about my Igbo culture, at least. Yeah. If your parents reject you, Umona will not reject you. Tell them you are back home, like a prodigal daughter. You're back home. And your husband wants to finish you and your children. You go there.
It's true.
Pepper, tomatoes. Gradually, when you find your feet again, you go back to the city. It's not a must that you must stay in the city. Go to the village first. Put yourself together.
People are not thinking like that anymore. People are not thinking like that anymore, honestly. But what you said is the right thing in the right circumstances, but people are not thinking like that anymore. So I don't even know what to say apart from advising people that when in things like this, situations like this, you don't just leave immediately. You have planned it, so plan ahead, and also reach out like this inquiry I made now. Make some inquiries. Speak to people. I know in Nigeria it might be tricky, but try first and document everything as you say. Take pictures when those times that he's doing this and that. Try and take photograph of short videos or something, because if you go out there they may deny, but those pictures or videos that you've taken will help. So we're not
even the children can even deny out of fear. The children can even deny out of fear that no, their father has never touched them, or no, they eat or not. They can out of fear, but you have evidence already. Are you muted? Okay. Because the children, one can even go to report, and these children, knowing the kind of fear they put in them already, they may deny that everything you said or that somebody reported to them is not true. But with that evidence, the man won't be able to, deny it. Even when the children are speaking, you look into their eyes, you know that this one, they are saying this out of fear. And when evidence is provided, the children won't be able to deny it anymore. They won't be able to deny it anymore. Yeah, so I'll leave you to conclude. I'll be at the background. Are you on call?
Okay, my dear. No. I'm just getting a little bit of update about what's going on. I think this case is very complicated than we are seeing. So I'll discuss with Gibbs later on. Yeah. Thank you for all your contributions here. But what you said, I think this particular case is very terrible. That it's not just only beating the children, the abuse, verbal abuse, you won't amount to anything. Are you really sure that this man is the father of those children? And again, you don't even know. Because there are things I hear and I don't understand why any man, your own children, you are doing this to them, not just the physical, but also the verbal abuse. I don't understand. So anybody, because this thing we are talking about today, even as we speak, one is happening, or two, in fact, several of them are happening already today. So people need to plan ahead. I always say that they have to reach out, make inquiries, plan your exits very well. You know, whether it's in Nigeria, it's more difficult in Nigeria, but over abroad here, there's no, I will not even have any advice for them because they know what to do. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, Spice, for your contribution. You know, it can't, and the people should not keep silent as well. They should have people that they trust, that they can, you know, talk to for advice, or for them to at least know that this is happening and that you have reported it to them. If they are good people, they may be able to give you one or two sensible advice about what to do. And the mental health involved in these things is very crucial. And people are not even talking about that. The mental trauma that these children go through is just too much. And this idea of parents in African culture, parents not supporting their children to live and saying, oh, you're married. Sorry, I have not been on my, it's AA there. You can see you welcoming AA. Okay, AA, then go to your village, move in with the owl. Oh, thank you for it. You're welcome. Now, you have been in the corner. Yes, he's been in the corner. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for coming. So what we are talking is a very delicate matter. Sometimes, as a gift you're saying, it's a very complicated. It's more. There's more to it than we are. You know, we know. Obviously, she does not live there, but she's only talking from what she could see and what the children are telling her, or what she's getting from the children. But all in all, this matter needs to be reported. Even for your own rest of mind, just report it and just leave it. Okay, just joined. Okay, welcome. We're just talking about this horrible situation in Nigeria where the mother of the house left because of DV, leaving her 3 children, and their father maltreating those children, hitting them, calling them names, abusing them verbally, and so on. So that's what we're talking about. And obviously things like that is happening all the time. And where do we draw the line? You know, back home, there's legal side of things. There's legal limitations. Not that there's no law there, but there is. But sometimes people pay their way through. People will just, because of they have a little change, they'll pay their way through, and people will not look at the right things to do. You know, and oh dear, yes, people can just be giving bribe or money, and they will shut up the whole thing, and they will just throw the matter away. So it's a difficult one, but all the same, and religious people, as I said before, religious people sometimes are not helping. They'll start quoting you in the Bible, what the Bible says about you living your marriage and all the nonsense. So they wrongly teach that living your marriage is a sinful, no matter the abuse, go through with it. Most people go through that. You know what you are there for. It's because of your children and all the nonsense going on. So all I can say on this in general, because we're going to be rounding this live stream in the next 5 minutes, is the fact that yes, we advocate run for your life, but at the same time, do not forget your children completely. Because as for this mother in question, from what you are hearing, she's not in contact with her children. That's the one I don't understand. But as for whether people can take their children with them at the same time, that's the ideal thing to do if you can. But it's not always possible unless you are from that family. I mean, the woman has a very supportive family that are financially stable, that can take her and her children away. Because I think if the mother and the children goes, the man may come back to the senses a little bit more, because he will not see that there's nobody around, it's just him, and so on. Some of them who may start thinking again, but some of them will even be happy, they've gone, nonsense people, and then he will move on and look for another woman that he's going to abuse. Okay, Spirit God send help to those. Honestly, I really hope so as well. You know, I really hope so as well, that those children, because at the age they are very, very vulnerable. They can easily follow the crowd. They can easily go the wrong way. And that will be so sad, because you see people, children that age, 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on in Nigeria now. I heard that they're just getting pregnant anyhow because of following men. They will lure them with one thing or the other. They will follow them the next in pregnancy, and the family don't care because maybe they've chopped them away or they've told them to just go. How can you be sending your own child away from the house? What do you expect them to do? Where do you expect them to get shelter from or money? They will go into the wrong hands. And that is why what is going on at the moment back home. But as much as we can, over here, as I say, that's not a problem, because you can just make a phone call. Personally, if I hear that from a neighbor, and I know there's something going on that is not supposed to go on, I'll call the police. The police will not tell them who called them. All they will say is that we understand that so and so is happening here. That's why we're here. And they will investigate it. They will investigate it. So, where did you see your yo-yo? Yo-yo has been and gone. Are you behind in your gadget? Are you behind in your gadget? Or yo-yo came before and she's not here now. Hey. Not spicy. I think you're behind in your this thing. Can you refresh? Because Oyoyo was here earlier on, but not now. Okay. That's fine. That appetite, you will tell. Which appetite? Okay, I thought you thought that she's here now. If I want to eat her jollof rice. Yeah. So thank you so much, Spice, for your input here and gift. I'm sorry that you know the people and that you are so more or less handicapped about what to do without putting your own self at risk. But if you can contact any of those numbers and just anonymous call and say that this is what is happening, that is happening all the time. If they can come and investigate, at least if the man knows that there are people who are aware of what is going on and that these either welfare people or whatever have visited him and questioned him, probably he will take note of that and minimize or stop what he's doing. So it may not even be that they will take the children away, because where are they going to take them? But if they can warn him and say that if anything happens to any of the children, that we are aware of what is happening here. They may even question him, why are you doing this to them? What have they done, this and that? Whatever they say, the man say, then they can give him advice and say, well, they are children. You can correct them in different ways and not the way you're doing it. And that we are aware that this is happening and we're going to be keeping an eye. Just say something to the man that will make him to know that people are watching him and that if anything happens to the children, he will not just get away with it. So that kind of visits may just be enough. At least as a neighbor, I've done my own bit, and you leave the rest and then hope for the best. But not doing anything is not an option. But you say that you've done something by speaking to this, I can't remember what you call the man. You've done something, you've done that bit, but the response from the man is not good enough, saying that he knows about it, he's waiting for something to happen. I'm struggling to understand that kind of statement. When somebody will say, well, I'm waiting for something to happen. What is the worst case scenario? Something that will happen that is not what is happening now will be one of them losing their life, or all of them losing their lives. That's the worst case scenario. Is that when action will be taken? And that action, who will benefit? So I'm really struggling to understand why somebody will make that comment that they know about it, they're waiting for something to happen. Or even the neighbors, some of them said that as well, that they are waiting for something to happen. So when something happens, you now see them, they will all come with their nonsense camera. They will start videoing they will start doing all that, or it becomes a scene for them to take videos and pictures and stuff like that. This is now it's time to take action. So if it's happening on any other person's neighborhood, please don't say that it doesn't bother you. It bothers any children, everybody's child. You can't just say, oh, it's not my child, they're not my children, because you don't know what will before your own children tomorrow, and other people will keep a blind eye and say that it's not my fault. I'm now talking about Africa. I'm talking about Nigeria here now, because if it's over here, I'm telling you, I, for one, will report it. I've done it before in the past where this couple, because we live in a semi-detached, and that's when you live in a semi-detached home, sometimes you can hear the neighbors, especially when they're being very aggressive, you can hear. And I keep hearing this, and I'm like, this is not right. So one day I have to call the police and say, this happens all the time. I'm telling you now, so that if anything happens, they'll say, oh, it's a semi-detached house. Do you hear commotion sometimes? I hear that all the time, and it bothers me. I don't like it. I called the police, and they actually came and interviewed them. They didn't know which of the neighbors called the police, but I did, because I wasn't happy. It happens all the time, and and I keep listening, and I could hear these things, and I'm like, I can't just leave this. So I did. That was years and years ago where we lived before, and eventually it didn't stop completely, but eventually stopped. But my happiness at the time was that at least I made police aware. So if anything happens, because they'll come and ask the neighbors question. That's if anybody buys there, be sure that police will come and knock on our door and say, oh, sorry to disturb you, madam. There's an incident, your next door neighbor, there's been an incident there that is traumatic incident there. Are you aware of any time, any commotion? Do you hear voices? They're not even hitting, but voices being raised. They'll be asking you in a nice way. Have you ever had any noises or voice raising or anything that banging or anything like that? I can't just say no, because I hear all the time. And that's why I called them that day, and it's now undocumented. So if at all they continue, I'm not even going to call them again. If they had continued, I'll do my own base. So anytime anything happens, I'll mark that date. You even came, I called you, you came, and this is the day, this is the time, and that's it. Neighbors with untidy gardens get reported to the council. Bad parents will definitely. Exactly. Thank you. I'm saying here. I can't. Yes, just garden. Never mind children. No, nobody will keep quiet though. I won't keep quiet. I will report it. And I've done it before, as I said. And police came, and they didn't know who called the police till today. But at least they know that, oh my God, so neighbors can hear us. They reported this, and police came, and to be quite honest, after that police visit, things died down for a long time, just on all occasion, because people who are like that, they can't just automatically stop. But very odd occasions, you still hear them, but nothing compared to what it used to be. It used to be like they're hitting on my wall. Because you know how where we are now is detached. We're in a detached bungalow. So if anything is happening to our neighbors here, we won't know, because we are in a detached bungalow. We are on our own, so we won't know what's happening. But when you live in a they call it semi-detached. So it's joined. In fact, one of the rooms, our son's room and their room, that's where you hear that noise from more. And when we are down in the living room, we can hear them upstairs. And Daddy, being who he is like, he said, one day, before I called the police, what I did one day was, I went there to knock on the door. And that son was saying, Mom, don't. I said, no. I went and knocked on the door. And when I didn't say that one. When I went and knocked on the door, and I said to the man, is everything okay? Because I could hear your voice and I could hear screaming and stuff like that. Do you know that this particular man, the noise I was hearing before I went on that door, as soon as I knocked on the door, he came out. But he said it's from Mauritius. He came out like this. Hey, hello, Mrs. Ezrem. He won't know that it's the same person. And I said to him, was it not your voice I was hearing just now and the banging on the wall? It was disturbing me. That's why I came to know whether everything is okay. It's just he called the wife's name. Yes, she doesn't hear. I've always told her to stop keeping some of these friends that she keeps. That I said, I'm not here for you to tell me what it is. All I'm saying is that the banging and the noise bothers me. Yes, I love my peace. But how this man came out with innocent face and innocent voice, you wouldn't know that it's the same man I was hearing from my house. And after that, knocking on the door and telling them, maybe he may actually know that I was the one that called the police, because after a few weeks or even a month or two, this continued before I called the police. Yeah. So he may, in his head, know that it may be this woman that called this police, but he never asked and I never said anything. But it actually stopped more or less after that police incident. So that's I don't know whether we've talked about a few things. Cases like this, you can never do justice to it. You can never have the right way or to resolve it. But we have said a few things here that people may do to help them, where there's legal limitations back home. If it's over here, this topic will not take too long because people know what to do and when to do it. But back home, it's a different scenario altogether. But all I say is people for future, not for this one now, because this one is already distant. For future, women should plan ahead. Think about your children, even if you don't take them immediately. Make some plans about the children, somebody that will be overlooking the children, and then plan not to be away from them for too long. See what you can do to get your children. And for this type of woman that already left and the man is doing this to the children, neighbors should do more. Neighbors should do more. They should not just leave it until something happens. But that thing that will happen will be terrible, and we don't want that. So I'm going to end the live stream now. I was saying next is because she will be celebrating 25 years. Who will? Hey, let me advocate for badly behaved neighbors. Yes, so no neighbors, I don't, as you said, I need my peace. I don't want all that. Okay. Yeah, take away. I can't remember when we had take away. I was even telling that the other day, say, we're going to treat ourselves to take away one day. We haven't done it for a long time. Oh dear, she'll be celebrating and sure she will be prize. Yeah, I'll be invited for it. I mean, Betty, please, when are you releasing the next batch of Hey, leave me alone. When are you releasing the next batch of people visiting UK? Nobody's coming to me again because I am going back. Because, oh my goodness. So I think we have done what we can with this case. There's no, as I said, there's no solution to this. But keeping quiet is not an option. Do something about it. Be anonymous and then leave the rest and know that you have done something. It's not fair. I didn't say that. Spicy was the one that said that. And before I end up this live stream, can I say to Daddy, I'm going to share this my experience yesterday. In town center, Northampton Town Center. I went there. We went to Northampton Town Center. We haven't had yam and unripe plantain for a while. So I got some yam and I got some spinach, which we had this afternoon. Anyway, so when I went to the shop where I bought yam, I bought plantain, I bought aubergine. I love to do aubergine sauce sometimes for my rice or for my yam. So after buying the yam, plantain, and whatever else, I had, I told you I started doing my okra, even though gift and spice, I don't know what they're talking about, okra, whatever. That's a story for another day. But let me just tell you, you sensible ones here, the people here who have direct mind here, let me tell you. So I bought this okra. I want to start doing the okra water because I've heard how good it is. It will stabilize this, it will stabilize that. You know me, when it comes to anything natural, I'll try it. Anything that will help me to keep they still keep the wrinkle. Say, wait, I'll do it anyway. So I bought the okra and I bought red pepper. I had them in the bag separate, the okra and the red. And then in the basket, I had the yam, plantain, aubergine, whatever else, red pepper, spicy pepper, or torado, is that what you call it? Anyway, so they now machine and I paid for all those, and they gave it to me in the bag. And I walked out of the shop, and then I looked down at my hand and I realized that the 2 bags with the okra and other things, I did not actually, it wasn't in the basket, so I did not pay for them. So I went back. I've gone down the road a little bit and I realized, and I went back, and somebody was about to pay or to get their own things billed. I said, oh, if you don't mind, that I want to tell the man something. I said to him, oh, I just showed him the way I had it in my hand, because the other ones, they are packed in a different bag. I said that these 2, actually, I forgot to hand them over to you when I was paying for the rest. So can you machine and tell me how much? He wanted to say, oh, I'll charge you the half price. When I say, why? Why do you have to charge me half price? You see, because I came back, I said, no, just charge, weigh them and tell me. So he weighed them and told me the cost. I paid. So the man that was about to pay, he said to me, and this is very important, you see, sometimes you do things, you don't know whose life you are affecting. So the man said to me, may I ask you, why did you come back? This is what he asked, why did you come back? I said, there's no way I would have gone with this, knowing that I've not paid for it. Do you know what the man said in front of the man selling the thing? He said, if it was me, I wouldn't bother. I would just say that it's my luck. This is exactly how he said it. I would say it's my luck. I'm like, luck? You know that you have not paid for it and you had it in your hand, and you say it's your luck. I said, well, and then he said, so why did you come back? I said, because my conscience will not allow me. I can't go home and start cutting that okra to eat, knowing fully well. And if I wasn't sure, that would be, maybe it wouldn't even cross my mind. I'm like, oh, I paid for things, I will put them in the bag and go. That would be a different story. But because I was very sure that they weren't in the same basket, I had it in my hand, I had to come back. You know what the man said? The man said, I said that my conscience would have pricked me all day and I would not be able to eat that okra and other things there. I would have regretted. And the man said, I've learned something now. That's what he said. I've learned something. So what am I trying to say? Daddy was in the car. He wasn't with me. As soon as I came back, I shared this with him. And I said, the man, I said to him, I just affected, so I impacted on somebody's life now. Maybe he thought, maybe I saw a beggar and gave them money. I said, no, it's not that one. I told him what happened in the shop just now. And this man to say, I've learned something now. Because he said before that he would have walked away saying that it's his luck. So we don't know how we affect people's life and where we meet people. So it's always good to be honest. I mean, what I paid for and what was in those bags were just not even up to half price of what I paid for. So what will I gain by taking those with me? So let us, as we go out, I just wanted to share this because it only happened yesterday. So let me read these remaining comments and then I'll call it a day. Where did I stop? Please, okay, I've read that one. Nobody's coming to, okay, I've read that one. My pitch is not fair. I read that one just because someone cut it. Yes, because you don't know what she will catch again when she comes back. Others can cut trees. Is it easy to catch celebrity frog? Did you see the view? They cannot do any work at all. Okra water is should we tell her the work of okra water? Do you know? Wow, you are amazing, mommy. God bless you, child. You are godly. I have gone back to pay because of one plantain. No way, I'm eating something. Thank you. You see, this is conscience. But a lot of people will not. They will even deliberately do it. Never mind that they forgot and they're going back. That's conscience. I'm exactly the same as you. I've done that in Sainsbury's a few times. Daddy and I have done that a few times in Sainsbury's when we have not paid for something. And when you come back, the way they will look at you, it's like you're coming back for this because you didn't pay for this. It's like, wow. Yeah. Okay. I have gone back. Okay. Sure, you're an angel among us. Some people would just say, God, but exactly. For what now? I don't understand how people cannot pay for things and eat it. Hey, my dear, this is what you call conscience. I don't know. I just don't know. Like that man said in front of the man selling the things, that if it was him, he would say that it's his luck and go home. But he now said, I've learned a different way, that it's not right to do that. So, okay, that's why I love you. Lack of morals is sickening. Yes, I have no idea what okra was. Okay, thank you. I don't know what gifts and spice is talking about. It's sad for real. You should join in okra water challenge. Anyway, so that's that. That's that. Yes, a lot of people will, their conscience will not allow them. Again, lots of people will just even do it on purpose, never mind going back, all to their own. But it's very good. You can't. And some of these people that will do these things still go to church every Sunday, still call on God, still go say God, this God, the next thing. That's why when people start talking about God, all this, they lose me, because if you don't talk about God, action, what you do, your behavior, your attitude to things, how you do things will even tell people whether you're a child of God. Sometimes you don't need to say it. But when people talk out all the time, God did this, Holy Spirit did this, if you did God for this, and before you ask them to pray, they start speaking in tongue. Do you have to speak in tongue every minute? I thought that the way the tongue fell on the let me not go into tongues now, because let us leave that one. Let me not go into that. But people will just say, oh, pray, start speaking in tongue. People will start, blah, 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 blah. Is that how people speak in tongue? The Holy Spirit fall on people and they all start speaking in different tongues. But this one, people will tell people when to start. And when they tell them, they will start. What kind of nonsense is that? Anyway, let's leave that one. It's another wonderful Sunday with me, mommy. Yes. Why would somebody tell me to start speaking in tongues? Is that how the tongues fell on people, on the Holy Spirit, on what we read in the Bible? Is that how it happens? Don't tell people. When you start, you won't even know when it comes. The people will tell them and they start. Because let's leave that one before I go into what I don't want to go into. So may God help every family. May God help every married couple. All this DV, DA should stop. People, when they marry, they should marry and know that their wife is their part of their rib, their missing rib, and should treat her like one. And women, know your role in the family. And children are blessing that God blessed the couple, and they must be cared for and not be allowed or exposed to this kind of thing going on. And neighbors, if you are witnessing anything like this, when children are being maltreated and so on, please do not keep quiet. Do your own bit, report it. At least your conscience will be clear that at least you say something. But if you don't say anything, like Snatchy's case, some people were regretting, oh, I would have done this, or I would have done that. Although some people say that they did something but she did not hear. But please do something. Those children who you hear all the time crying, and you hear their father abusing them both physically and verbally. Thank God it's not the other way kind of abuse. We don't even know. Anything can go on. We don't know any other kind of abuse going on behind the scene. You should say something, do something about that. And then, you've done your own bit, and then hope for the best. So please, this type of thing should stop. And unfortunately, where we come from is so sad that abusers sometimes may bribe their way out of anything. Once they put money down, everybody shuts up, which is very unfortunate. But I feel so sorry for these children. But let us do whatever we can at any time to help. Mothers, when you are planning your exit. I'm not one of those people that will say stay. Stay for what? So that you can be like Osinachi. No. But when you plan your exit, remember the children. Even if you can't take them with you at the same time, try and plan something from where you are so that those children are not left to the hands of their abusive father and husband. And on this note, we're going to end the live stream today. And next Sunday, we'll see what we're going to be talking about. And I'll still be out on Friday. Friday is the what? Friday is the 4th. Yes, I think I'm free on Friday. Yeah, I'll still come out as I do for the impromptu one. Whatever is happening this week, I'll come out and share, whether on the health channel. The one we talked about on the health channel on Friday was actually good. We had a good discussion there. So we do the same this Friday, either health channel or the other one. I don't know yet. But whichever time, you will see me there, and then we'll meet again on Sunday. Because the upper Sunday, I won't have any live stream, but next Sunday, by the grace of God, that will be the first Sunday in July. We'll come here to welcome the month of July and thank God for making it possible for us to see July. And if I'm out on Friday, that will also be the first Friday of July. We also thank God for it. And until then, have a blessed week, everyone. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Gift, for this topic. That is an eye-opener about what is going on. We're going to tell me more, as you say, on WhatsApp. And then I'll give you an idea of other things I think you should be doing. Just do things so your own conscience will not prick you if anything happens to those children. But don't make it very obvious. And please, please don't give those children any advice that is something that is, what I say, even, yeah, you can give them advice, but if you have to advise them or say anything to them, be very measured, be very careful, because their father may bully them into saying, who told you that? Who told you to be doing that? So who did this? And then you say, oh, is this person? Then the man might not be happy. So even if you need to give them advice, or you need to, you say that one of them comes to you to spend time with your children, and when he hears that the father is coming, he will jump over the fence and go back. Just be very careful as well, what you say to them, in as much as you're bringing them in to help them. But at the same time, please be very, very careful and measured, because you don't know this kind of man that did this to the wife and doing this to the children. He don't know about you. So just be careful, as you advise them. But it's good that you are at least overseeing them. But then ask them some questions, because they will now go out there and say that they told you and that this is what you told them. So just be measured in the sense when I know what you say to them. Okay? Okay, then bye everyone. Have a blessed week, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your contributions, Spicy and Gift, and every other person in the background, in the chat that contributed. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Musisi, for that super chat. Thank you, everyone that came and gone. I can't remember all the names now, but I appreciate you all. And see you again next Sunday. Bye, everyone, and God bless. Watch the closing of Glastonbury. What's that? Closing of. Tell me more before I log off. I should watch the closing of Glastonbury. I don't understand. Explain to me, if I shut down. Oh, festival. Okay. Glastonbury Festival. Okay, I should watch the closing. Okay, then let me go and see. Oh my God. I'm not, in fact, if it's only me, I won't be paying TV license here. I don't even know what happens on TV. So only that watches TV, especially when it's football or when Obi, I think there's something they say Obi will be saying tonight by 8 p.m. He's already waiting for that. If it's only me, he won't be paying TV license here, but I don't go to TV. He is saying that watches football and Nigerian politics. The Glastonbury Festival. Okay, I'll catch up with that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spicy. Thank you, Gifts. Thank you, everybody that joined. I appreciate you all. It's my daughter's watching it too. Bye. this of different singers. Okay, sounds good. I don't watch TV. Yeah, I don't. If you slept to me, no TV license here. I'll pack the TV and put it in the garage. And even when our children come, they hardly watch TV because it's all either laptop or phone, or we just chat. Nobody has time for TV. But anyway, if it's football, they all gather together and watch. Yeah. Anyway, bye everyone, and thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all. See you next week. Bye.